So let's have a little look at it, shall we? Let's have a look at it. Let's have a look at the offending incident here. This is Alejandro Garnacho posting his holiday snaps on IG there. Looks nice wherever he is. What's that cheeky little Ferrari in the background, is it? Nice, yeah. What's that he's wearing? What's that he's wearing, guys? A Rashford shirt, is it? Oh, okay, nice. Just his mate, Rashford. Nothing wrong with that. Oh, no, hang on. Oh, wait. That's not a Rashford Manchester United shirt. That's a Rashford Aston Villa shirt. What? I'm sorry, but that is Gashford right there. I'm sorry, but of all the shirts you could be wearing right now, he's chosen to post one of him wearing an Aston Villa shirt. People will say, don't worry about this. It's just his mate. Doesn't mean anything. This means everything, guys. This means everything. This is him taking the absolute Michael. This is him belittling Manchester United. This is him just outright being a little prick, if we're being honest. He should be wearing a Manchester United shirt there with Rashford on the back if he wants to rep his mate Rashi. I honestly don't get it. I don't understand what he's trying to do. Is he trying to antagonise? Is he antagonising here, this guy? Antagonising? It seems like it to me. So I look at this photo and I think, what a little prat. You know, what's he trying to do? Obviously, we know that he's want away. We know that he hasn't really been getting on with Amorim. Amorim doesn't really like him that much, I suppose, based on his performances for him, but also attitude-wise as well. What he said after the Europa League final, or the rest of it. He has been made available this summer, and we're hoping to get somewhere around about 50 million for him, right? So he's just an absolute piss-taking melter, though, guys. You can't be doing stuff like this. Wearing an Aston Villa shirt. I hope he bloody goes to Aston Villa, honestly, because that would mean maybe we're getting somebody in the opposite direction, such as Watkins or maybe Martinez or something, because let's face it, Aston Villa don't have a lot of money to throw around this summer. So if they are going to get anyone, it might be with a cheeky little swap deal in place. So I really hope he does end up going to Aston Villa. You know, I'm not pretending this is a Aston Villa come and get me play or anything really to do with Villa. The point is he's wearing a different football team shirt, guys. And that's just fucking wrong when you're a Manchester United player contracted to the football club. And it's not a shirt from, you know, Argentina or Spain or, you know, it's not a Villarreal shirt he's randomly rocking. It's not a shirt from his homeland in Argentina where he's wearing like a fucking Rosario shirt. No, this is another Premier League team shirt. The blatant disrespect. So I don't rate it. I think this is just unnecessary. It's just a bit of antagonism going on there from Alejandro Garnacho. People would say you're reading too much into it. I don't think we are. I think this is just a clear wind-up from Alejandro Garnacho. You know, he's done this on purpose to rile a few people and obviously to establish his position even further that he's looking for a move away. So I think he has disrespected Manchester United quite considerably there with wearing Aston Villa shirt. I also think that we have to absolutely sell him. Is this a move by him to try and create that urgency for Man United to sell? I don't know. But I do think it's very much disrespectful, and this is the sort of actions that we just can't be tolerating, you know. We can't be tolerating this. Let's see what you guys are saying very quickly in the chat here. Good player, but he's got to grow up. Top player's attitude cost him like Rashford. He's shit anyway, says Mark Coughlin. Well, I think he's a good player. He's only 20 as well. He's got a lot to give, but it's crazy, isn't it? Villa want a Brazilian player. He's making us mad. Yeah, there you go. Undermined his manager. Disrespect to fans and club. Can we do a poll to see if it's acceptable or not? It's definitely not acceptable. but let's go on then. Okay, we'll do a little poll. Let's figure it out. We'll do a little poll. It sucks that this is the type of player Amorim has to deal with and manage. I know, yeah. He's saying I'm with Gashford. He might be saying I'm with Gashford. Exactly, yeah. Gashford's obviously on the way out as well. We've got a little bit more on that tonight as well, but I think it's pretty poor. You first heard you didn't give a shit about wearing a Villa shirt, but when it said Rashford on the back, it boiled my piss. Exactly, that's it. He's kind of basically saying, you know, I'm looking for the way out like Rashford. That's what it is. So it's pretty poor that from Alejandro. Before I get that back up on the screen, though, I'll just get the chat back up. Do you think this is acceptable? Thornster's asked the question there. Do you think this is acceptable for Alejandro Garnacho to be wearing this and posting it on Instagram while he's a Manchester United player in the summer? His mate's shirt, Rashford, at Villa, a different club in the Prem, who Rashford left to go on loan to and leave Manchester United. So, yes or no, guys, do you think this is acceptable? That's what we want to know here. Naz says no. We paid for those cars. Oh, yeah. And then some. That's it. It's not acceptable. It's cash. Yep. AP says it's scum. He's scum. You think this is a good thing if we're trying to sell him? If he can do it to us, he could do it to anyone else. Exactly. It's a scummy move, mate. I'm with you there. It's just very, very much disrespectful move. Paul says no. He's lost it anyway back in the team. No, absolutely not. Says Beats Guy. Disgusting behaviour. Get him out. No. Absolutely not. Not acceptable. It's a weird one, Pig, but I think you should not wear another team's shirt if you play for a different team. Spot on, Tricks FN. Smash a 1 if you agree. Do you know what, Tricks? I'm going to broaden it a little bit more. You shouldn't wear a shirt from another team unless it's like a team that has nothing to do with Manchester United. Villa's in the same league as us. Rashford went to him. Listen, if he was wearing a shirt from Newell's Old Boys in Argentina or something like that, or I don't know, or whoever, if he was wearing a shirt from a league in Argentina, I wouldn't honestly care. Of course not. That doesn't mean anything. But when it's a shirt of a player who's just gone out on loan to a team and you're wearing that team's shirt and that team's in the Premier League and you're trying to move out the team, and Rashford is as well, I think it's massively disrespectful. No, yeah, it's inconceivable. It really is, Steve. This guy's getting paid good money to be a United player, and the little prat's wearing a Villa shirt online. Not at all backstabbing prick, no. Yeah, he would be driving a mini metro if he played for Villa. You don't really care United wanted him out first. Not necessarily. I mean, let's face it, he was still involved. He still played in the Europa League final. What really happened is he wasn't happy about getting the missing out on the Europa League final and maybe some of the lack of selection up to that. That's what he seemed annoyed about. He said after the Europa League game how shit United were all season, and he was very frustrated about not starting the Europa League final. He doesn't know what he had to do. He played in all the rounds. Blah blah blah. Went on a little bit of a rant after the game, and also posted some stuff on Instagram. And that's really where it all stemmed from. That's the final nail in the coffin for any player when they're starting to undermine the manager and the team and everything online, or these days online, but in the press or in the media. So that is the final nail in the coffin, really. But before that, he was in a position where he could have fought his way back into the side. He's still a good young player. He could have given Amorim reason to select him and play him. So he's just shown a bad attitude, mate. That's really what it is. Yeah, antagonistic context, absolutely. Good evening there, Welshman. What's going on, lad? It's a no from me, dog. Let's go, Canute, exactly. So sell him now, says Mr. Leo G. There you go. Well, it's certainly gonna increase the likelihood that we're looking to sell him very shortly, isn't it? I mean, I know we were going to do that anyway, but I think this is further added fuel to the fire that he is gone. He's definitely gone. Surely he's gone. Totally disrespectful, no, and no respect. I agree with you as well, yeah. Exactly, that's absolutely right. Yes, Rushmano, how you doing, lad? He says Garnacho's a shithouse, been causing the problems for a long time. He has, hasn't he? That's the issue here. He's had a few issues in the attitude department. Yeah, Kate says that Garnacho's an absolute prick, mate. What a moron. Oh, it is, it's crazy, isn't it? It's absolutely just unimaginable, mate, that one of our players who's paid good money by us and is supposed to be a Manchester United player is wearing another Premier League team of a player who we loaned out to them because he was in a similar situation and he was being a prick and an egotistical maniac and not putting in the work and the effort and also wanted to leave and also wants to leave. So because it's Rashford, because it's Villa, that's where the insult is added. It's not just he's wearing a rival football team shirt. It's because he's wearing Rashford's shirt as well and it's Villa. So there you go. Piss off, Alejandro Garnacho. I don't give a rat's ass that it's his mate. He could be wearing his mate Rashford shirt of the Man United shirt from 3-4 seasons ago. Bit of a semi-retro vibe. That would have been cool, wouldn't it? That would have been nice if he wants to rep his friend Gashford. Oh, no, it's not that, though. He's just trying to prove a point and antagonise and wind people up. So, there's my take on it. I think Alejandro Garnacho needs to give his head a massive wobble from side to side and even up and down and surmise that he's a bit of a spoilt brat. Because he has been given so much of this football club. It's such a shame that these players, oh, what's that? He's won a cheeky little Puskas award. Oh, I'm the nuts. I'm the bee's knees. I deserve the best. I deserve to be getting selected, even though I'm 20 ahead of more senior players and stuff like that, even if I'm not performing great. His attitude stinks, to be fair. So as much as I previously loved Garnacho, and I really, really did like Garnacho as a player at times, especially the season before last, he was one of our better players. His attitude's all off. We don't need another Jadon Garnacho. We don't need it. And unfortunately, Garnacho's proven himself to be that. This is the era of United for the no bullshit, no nonsense players. That's what I'm saying. For the hard workers, for the effort givers, for the no nonsense sort of non prima donnas. This is the era we need to get. People like Slabby Maguire to be fair to him. People like Bruno Fernandes turning down massive deals to stay at United. People like this is what we need with the attitude and the actual mentality. Not players like Scamcho and Rashford and Garnacho who can't be asked or show bad attitude or ruffle feathers or try and, create dramas online on social media. Basically, if you're posting anything on social media negatively about your club or manager or teammates, that should just be a sign that you're a complete knob in this day and age. So so there you go, really. Garnacho fits into that category of absolute egomaniac knob rot that we need to try and cut out of the team. So we need to sign players with a bit about them now, a bit of, hard work and mentality, not egos, and try and get a good team together. The team is more important than any individuals, remember that. So you can have some great players, some great individuals, but we've seen over the last many years, it doesn't guarantee a good team. You need a good team spirit, you need a good set of players. So there you go, get him gone, fine him, sell him, and fans always boo him. I would love that. Fining him actually makes a heck of a lot of sense, lad. This is disgusting behaviour. I wonder if we can terminate his contract. Do you know what I mean? There's probably some sort of breach that's taken place here. You know what I mean? Obviously, we don't want to do that. We want to sell the guy, and we can sell the guy. Let's ask the chat how much you think we can generate from a Garnacho sale. I think this has done him no favours, though. This sort of stuff that he's been doing, and after the Europa League final, it's done him no favours. If you're a buying club, do you want a spoilt little brat who's ruffling feathers and antagonising? Not really, even if they're a great player. So it's probably done him no favours. I'm going to say we can get 45 million, though. Fine and banish him from pre-season. I'll absolutely beat guy, yeah. Overhead kick him out of Manchester United. Rashford even responded to that with my brother. Yes, mate, is your brother being a bang average bottle job for a fat ego and wage, yet zero output? Well said, mate, they are. In the Mighty Ducks, you've got those two, the Mighty Ducks 2, you've got those two brothers. They're actually not brothers, but they call themselves the Bash Brothers because they're like, they're the big two physical in the team and they bash everyone up, right? Yeah, well, Rashford and Garnacho, they're the Gash Brothers. They're both absolutely gash and their egos are gash. Yes, Urbano, what's going on? You genuinely liked the guy too. I know, it's so poor from this man. It really is a poor situation from Alejandro Garnacho and what he's done there. Roy Keane would have slaughtered him. Oh my God, I've got a feeling Roy Keane might even still turn up at his house. And I'd be throwing punches at Alejandro Garnacho if he did this in my day. I wouldn't let him on the coach. It's a disgrace and a nonsense. It really is, though. It really is a disgrace and a nonsense. 30 million, says Alex Core. 60 million. A fiver. He's worth money. He's a 20-year-old baller, to be fair to him. He has won Puskás Awards and stuff for the best goal of the season. He has won, trophies, even at Manchester United in the last few seasons, obviously, with the League Cup and FA Cup and stuff. He is a good player. He had a great season last season before last. He was very good. One thing I think about Garnacho is he just does not fit into Amarim's system anyway. He can't do what Amad Diallo can do and be a wing-back. Amad Diallo can do that for us. Garnacho, I don't think he has the physicality, the bottle for that, the track-back ability, or even wants to do that. I don't think he wants to do it. He could play a 10, I suppose, but he's not really tailor-made for that position either. He is another player like Gashford or someone like that who's a little bit better with a bit more space out wide and they can run at players and cut in and wreak havoc. He's better at that. So from an actual Amarim system point of view, he doesn't even necessarily fit anyway. So, there you go. 50 minutes. If we're backing Amarim and allowing Amarim to do what he wants to do with the team and the style, which we are, playing this 4-3-4-2-1 malarkey, you need 10s, which is why we've gone and got Mbuemo and Cunha. So the fact we got Mbuemo and Cunha, I mean, that's the writing on the wall right there for Garnacho anyway. He's not going to be staying with those guys ahead of him, and he's not going to be playing left wing back. That would be preposterous. So he's really out of the situation. He's gone. Rashford is just gone. Yeah, definitely shipping out. He's definitely gone. 1st of July, guys, once all these deals are getting sort of done, because at the moment there is money being spent, but it's only from clubs that can actually afford to do so because of all the PSR guff. It does update in a week's time or so on the 1st of July. You'll start to see, I think, a lot of bids coming in for United players at the beginning of July. So players like Alejandro Garnacho hopefully will be moving on. There's nothing for him right now. There is links. There is teams that are understood to want it, but nobody's put a bid in or agreed personal terms with him or anything like that. So we're waiting probably until July for a flurry of outgoings. I think him going would obviously be a great player to sell to generate cash. He's one of the players who can generate us the most cash. And people were actually saying, right, people were actually saying recently, even yesterday, some people were saying this, and when it was happening in regards to the Bruno Fernandes situation, people were actually saying they'd like to see Bruno Fernandes sold for 100 million quid. You what? Think about it. Bruno's mentality is so much better than a lot of the players we've got. For a start, he's the captain. But other than that, he's actually one of the players that is good and make things happen, right? Then you've got melters like this, wearing Marcus Rashford Aston Villa shirts, posted on Instagram, creating all sorts of dramas and stuff. And he's worth 50 million maybe. 40 to 50 million maybe. That's half of what we can get for Bruno. But guess what? Sell him, sell Gasmus Boyland, sell a couple of others, and you've already got the money covered for the Bruno Fernandes deal. Why would we sell our best player when we've got gashbacks like Garnacho to get rid of? So Garnacho must be sold. Garnacho must absolutely be sold. You know what I'm saying? And he will be sold. Get more than 50 million. I don't know, mate. I don't know. Will we? I don't know. Could do, I suppose. Could do. He has got big potential still. He's only 20. So you have to say, yes, fair enough. I mean, he could generate some good cash, but I wouldn't turn down 45 or 50 million, to be fair. Do you think he's gone now? I do, Alfie. You can't come back from this, mate. I'm sorry. This is just blatant disrespect to the Manchester United fans and also, the club in general. Villa want our players for free. I mean, I don't even know if... I don't think it's a Villa come and get me play or anything. I mean, that would actually be a good move for him. Emery would probably do really well with Garnacho. It would be a good move for him. But again, they probably can't even afford this transfer right now unless they're prepared to, as I say, do something with us with the likes of Martinez or possibly Ollie Watkins. Yeah, this guy has no respect. We need to sell these players for 30 million. I know it's 100 million for a 30-year-old. It's cracking that piggy. Oh, it would have been a lot of money, but I mean, still, I can't get my head around why people would want one of our best players to actually leave. It seems like counterproductive to me, especially when you consider United's track record of spending poorly over the last few seasons. Our hit rate of transfers is disastrous, so I would not even expect us to go and sign good players, maybe with the money that Bruno Fernandes generates. So there's other players. The point I'm making is there's other players to generate cash that we can get. You'll be lucky to get 25 million for Garnacho after this. Oh, you reckon it's devalued him that much? Well, it is a bit of a show of poor attitude. I don't think it will affect it too much in terms of the price tag. He's just trying to manoeuvre a way out, isn't he, clearly? And he doesn't care if he ruffles a few feathers along the way. Will this make selling him harder? Maybe a tiny bit, and maybe it will have a tiny effect on the overall price you can get, because it's an attitude thing, isn't it? Certain buying clubs look at players' attitudes, and if they think they're going to be toxic, it just puts people off a little bit. So it could have an effect. It could make it a little bit harder, I guess. But still, I think the clubs that are still interested in Garnacho will still be interested. Rashford got a lot to answer for with his bad attitude rubbing off to other players. Big, there you go. That's it, mate. That's it. We've got a toxic element within the team, and it's you've got to say it's got to be dealt with, mate, and that's it. It has a negative effect on other players. Bruno is captain of United presently. Him liking that post is completely disrespectful, and Bruno should have the captaincy removed ASAP. I mean, that's just not the case, is it? If you like a post, it doesn't mean you even agree with the post. Maybe he's liking it ironically. Do you know what I mean? Maybe he's just liking it to say, yeah, I've seen it. I'm your captain. Fuck you, Alejandro. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. A like is can be a very passive-aggressive thing, lad, to be fair, So I don't really... I personally don't really think that Bruno or anybody else liking it means a damn thing. It's Alejandro who's posted it. It's Alejandro who's wearing the Aston Villa shirt there with Rashford on the back. Nectar, it is Garnacho in an Aston Villa shirt. Here's an Aston Villa fan. He's absolutely blown away, aren't you? What the fuck's our player doing? Posting a picture of him in an Aston Villa shirt online, lad. Crazy, isn't it, Nectar, lad? What he did is a big act of foolishness and disrespect. Spot on it, it really is. I don't know if he's actually thought this through. I don't think he has. I thought maybe he was having a laugh here or whatever, wind a few people up. But he's going to absolutely have enraged a lot of people. It's pissed me off. It's really pissed me off. I just think, I can't believe you, spoilt little prick, getting paid all you get at Manchester United. We created you. We've created you from a young player here. And all you've done is throw it in everyone's faces. There's a way to leave a football club. Fair enough if you want to leave or you're not wanted by the manager or it doesn't work. There's a way to leave a football club. But you shouldn't be burning bridges. This guy's absolutely napalmed the bridge. You know what I mean? He's napalmed the bridge. Garnacho, Sancho 2.0. What is it about players whose names end in Cho? You know what I'm saying? I think we should just avoid all players that his name ends in Cho from now on. Because I think there's something to be said. If their name ends in Cho or Nacho or Ancho, we've got to leave them alone. We could do buy one player, get one free. I said you buy one, you get one free. I said you buy one, you get one free. For every Alejandro Garnacho you buy, you get one Jadon Sancho absolutely free. Yeah, we could do. Thank you, Urbano. I appreciate you, my friend. Anyway, look. Yeah, I mean, I don't think that really matters that much, Mr. Leo G. You know, who knows? Again, it's not the same level of, you know, did he write on it? Did he comment on it? Saying fire? No. Did he just like it? That's fine. Maybe he accidentally double-tapped the screen. No, I'm not saying that, but a like doesn't mean shit. I might like that post in an ironic way to say fuck you, Gashford. But there you go. Wearing a Villa shirt. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Do you know what's even more gash about this? Think about this for a second here. Now, I don't really know where he's got this Rashford shirt from. Of course I don't. Maybe Rashford sent it to him. That would make sense. But also, do you know what else actually? It was probably what's happened here. This twat's actually gone on the Aston Villa website and bought a fucking Rashford number 9 shirt and Villa shirt. Well, how else has he got a Rashford Villa shirt? Has Rashford given this to him? Was there a time when it was reported that Rashford gave a shirt? I don't know. I feel like this guy's actually gone and bought this. Of course he has. He's gone and bought this, mate. He's gone to Sports Direct and bought this, mate. That's what makes it even more sickening. He got it in Asda. And Mbuemo, Cunha better players anyway. Yeah, which other players wear rival club shirts and post them? Mad, and it's mad. It's mad. I mean, could you imagine this in any other team or even any other sport? It's mad, isn't it? Could you imagine, you know, Michael Jordan when he's at Chicago Bulls wearing a fucking Phoenix Suns jersey when he's out and about? It's just, even if his mates play for them, it's just, what? It's not, you can't do that. You can't do that. These players are such players, sell them. No wonder all United have been. Yeah, did Rashford sign it? Maybe Rashford gave it to him. I don't know if Rashford signed it. That's sure. I hope Rashford gave it to him. That's what I hope. Because if he's gone online and ordered this Rashford number 9 Aston Villa shirt, he's an absolute little melt, isn't he? Yeah, Timo Shafter delivery picked that shirt. Absolutely, it is. Timo Shafter trying to manufacture a move. Definitely. This does smell of Timo Shafter. This does. Timo Shafter manoeuvring aggressively in the transfer window. It really does stink of a Timo deal, this. You know, he's advised Garnacho to post a shithouse picture of him online in order to force a move away. You know, it's classic Timo. It really is. It's aggressive, it's decisive, it's Timo. Anyway, what is that other car? What is that other car, mate? I don't know. Is it some sort of fucking Lamborghini Murac or some shit? I don't even know, mate. But the other one's a Ferrari there. It's nice. Look, he's a rich bastard, isn't he? Look at him wearing his fucking Aston Villa shirt. Anyway, I'm going to just get that off the screen now because it's kind of making me a little bit uneasy. Manny Melos, thank you so much for the 10 Aussie dollar Rooska super chat from down under. Get some love in for Manny, everyone. Thank you for that, Manny Melos. He comments, Pig, at least Anthony's playing decent football. Respect for how he's handling himself. These guys are taking the piss with their Ferraris. 25 mil for this Pratt is 25 mil too much. Hey, respect, Manny. Yeah. Good call. I mean, to be fair, Garnacho seems to have an attitude similar to the likes of, you know, Sancho or a Rashford type, an ego. To be fair to Anthony, I've never really got that vibe from him, even though he came in for huge money. You know, I've always got the vibe he's a hard-working player who just wants to play. And he's obviously frustrated. So that's the vibe I've always got from Anthony. And there's even reports that Anthony would be prepared to perhaps take a pay cut in order to join the likes of Real Betis. So if that is true, then that tells you everything, really. Obviously, that's just sort of speculative reports. But I have heard that Anthony is thinking about maybe joining even for less money, which tells you everything. You would never imagine Sancho doing that. Match-worn shirt, maybe cringy shirt. Oh, my God. It's just cringe. Thank you for that, Manny, by the way. Appreciate that, lad. Come on. He would. I could actually see it really making a lot of sense for him, yes, and for Emery as well, you know, because they can't really afford Rashford because of Rashford's wages. It's not really the initial fee. Yes, they can't spend a lot of money, and they're obviously going to have to be quite frugal this summer, maybe sell a couple, but it makes more sense for Villa than it does Rashford in most metrics. Yes, maybe Rashford's more versatile as he can play at number 9 as well. He's he's more experienced, obviously, bigger name, all that sort of stuff. But for Garnacho, he's on a lot less money than Rashford. Rashford's on 350k a week, which basically prices him out of a move to Villa because they're not paying any players that much. Garnacho they could afford, and Garnacho is young, so he's 20, so they could have him for 5 years plus. So it does make sense for Villa, actually. Come and get him, come and get him, honestly. This has pissed me off to the point where I won't even care if he goes to a Prem side now. Before this, I was saying he needs to be sold abroad, go to Italy, Napoli, whoever is interested in him over there. Take a little bit less money if you need to. But honestly, I don't really care. If he wants to go and be another Rashford at Villa and play for, no disrespect to Villa, a second-rate side. Yeah, that's right, I said it, even though Manchester United finished 15th. Man United's a huge club, top club. If he wants to go and play for a gash club like Villa, no disrespect, then, that's up to him, isn't it? That's up to him. Possibly a Eurus. That's what I meant. Sorry, what did I say? Did I say Iraq? That's a Urako or something. That's like fucking 50 years old or something. What did I say? A Eurus. Yeah, that's probably what it is, though. Surely this is a sackable offence. If any of us did this, we'd be sacked. I didn't really think about that, G-Wolf, it probably is, but we're not going to want to sack him, are we? Because then he could just walk for free, basically. You might win a case, for dismissal, to be fair. If you worked in Tesco's, I don't know. If you worked in Tesco's on the checkout next to Jill, and then on your Instagram stories, you've posted a picture of you wearing a Sainsbury's jersey. Do you know what I mean? Wearing a Sainsbury's jersey. Would you expect it to get sacked? I don't know. It is a bit weird. Maybe if your manager saw that, they'd pull you into the office and say, what's this all about? You're not happy here at Tesco's? Why are you repping Sainsbury's online? I don't know, guys. It's just a crazy scenario. You wouldn't do that, would you? That's it. In only this walk of life, I suppose, would you wear clobber from another organisation's team or company or whatever it is. Sainsbury's versus Tesco's. Thank you so much, Evo. Love that. He said, first time in your channel, I love the content, your passion, respect, bro. Now back to the issue at hand. All the spoiled and problem gives out from our club. Glory, glory, Man United. Thank you so much, Evo. By the way, if you're just getting in here for the first time, consider hitting that subscribe button. We're not that far away from 91,000 subscribers. I'll tell you how far we are away. We're 81 people away, guys. 81 legends away. So if you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. We're on here daily and nightly, giving you the latest updates in a no bullshit way. So hit the subscribe button. It's free to subscribe. Also smash that like button if you can. How many likes we on? We're on 157. Let's see if we can get 300 likes by the end of the stream. Give us a massive thumbs up. Legends. Better points at Tesco's. Any melt with boyzone eyebrows is a wrongin'. Oh, mate, it's 2025. I know. Who's cutting, slats into their eyebrows in this day and age? I've got to do something with my eyebrows, guys. Don't you see? They've gone proper bleached in the sun now as well. There's a bit of grey. They look grey, don't they? And they're bushy as you like. Starting to look like Doc Brown from Back to the Future. But, still, that is gash with those E17 eyebrows, isn't it? Baby, if you've got to go away, I don't think I could take the pain. Won't you stay another game? Not you, Garnacho, you can do one. I know, same Jonathan, you're really disappointed in how Garnacho's leaving us like this. Burning the bridges, lad. Not burning the bridges, sharting on the bridges and napalming the bridges. That's it. That's what he's doing here at United, it seems. Not leaving gracefully, not leaving in the right way. He's sharting it. It's almost, this is it. Probably it wouldn't surprise me if in Birmingham, Aston Villa, if they do sign him from us, they use this photo in their, or they just edit it slightly, use it in there on a billboard, and it says, welcome to Birmingham on it. It's like this is Carlos Tevez levels of shithousery, isn't it? This is Carlos Tevez levels of shithousery. Any news on Hugo Ekitike transfer? Not really for United right now. There are links to Liverpool, but not overly for United at the moment. Anyone who wears a full kit on holiday, Garnacho, full kit wanker. Where's your members count? That's normally on the screen. Yes, it's not actually on my news one. It's on my watch-along one, though. If I went over to there real quick, you would see it's there, 90,924. But for some reason, it doesn't work on this one. Strange, eh? Anyway, I can fix it. I'll fix it. Just tell him to get his hands out of his pants. Get the picture off screen, making me... Oh, shit, that's still on. Yeah, let me get rid of that. Alejandro Garnacho, though, that's a piss ball. We'll move on now into some other news that we've got. But that is, in my opinion, very poor from Garnacho. And you can't really be doing that if... Mrs. P! Mrs. P! Mrs. P, is that you? Mrs. P! Don't think it is Mrs. P. Come here a second, would you? Mrs. P just got up. She was working a late night shift and we've had a bit of broken sleep. She's just got up. So, Mrs. P, come here! Okay. Sorry, I've just got to tell Mrs. P about this because her mum supports Aston Villa, right? Look at this real quick on this photo here. Check this out, Mrs. P. What do you think about this? Alejandro Garnacho is our player, right? And he's on holiday. He's posted a picture on Instagram of him wearing a Rashford shirt, but an Aston Villa Rashford shirt. And he's obviously want away trying to move from Manchester United this summer as well. And he's a Man United player and he's posted a picture of himself wearing an Aston Villa shirt online.
Bit traitorish.
Traitorish? Traitorish is the word. Yes, it is. I mean, traitorish, mate. That's it. Disloyal.
Is Rashford his friend?
Rashford may be his friend, yes.
Well, what I would do is wear a United top with Rashford on it.
There you go. United shot. If you want to support your friend Gashford, you wear a Rashford United top. If you want to be cool and wear a different shirt, wear one from 6 years ago or something. Not a fucking Aston Villa shirt. Mrs. P knows.
That's sending out a sign, that.
That is, it's sending out a message of gashness that he wants to leave.
I support my own club, I'm supporting this club.
Pretty much, yeah. I know. Anyway, I just wanted to share that with you because it's a debacle, isn't it?
I think he should have worn the United.
Definitely. But he's done it to send a message. You're absolutely right. That's what it is, to wind people up. Absolutely. Anyway, nice one, Mrs. P. Thanks for that. Just wanted to get your take on it. Legend.
Hey, everyone.
She gets it. Beats Guy says she gets it. Oh, absolutely, she gets it. She gets it real good. What? No, what I was going to say is, hey, Thornster, thank you so much for your super chat here, by the way, lad. He comments and he says, tell Mrs. P it's like Anakin turning the dark side. Yeah, it's like Anakin turning dark side, Mrs. P. He's going to kill some younglings and stuff in a bit. Welshman Forever, thank you so much there for your super chat as well. He says, you know the one with Onana? You had a rant as a cartoon. Can I use it, please? What for, Welshman Forever, lad? What for? Let me know what for there, Welshman Forever, lad. Yeah, indeed. Garnacho's an absolute whopper. You don't wear another Premier League shirt. Precisely, exactly. Yeah, wait, what's a youngling? Basically, in Star Wars, but the only reason I know this is because Little P is massively into it, but in Star Wars, Ben Anakin turns over to the dark side, mate, before he becomes Darth Vader. He is tasked with going to kill all the young Jedis, like all the kiddie Jedis, mate, and he just goes and kills them all, mate. That's what he does. That's why he's a complete scummer, mate. Anakin Skywalker, mate. That's it. Alejandro Garnacho is Anakin Skywalker, lad. Maybe a little bit of a harsh comparison. Jamie Riley says, Garnacho telling us to go, fuck, that's what it is. What do you think? Roy Keane would say. Could you imagine if Roy Keane was still captain? Goodness me. Roy Keane would not be up for this tit wearing a Villa shirt, mate. No. I could only imagine Roy Keane seething right now. And he's not, you know. What will I be doing when you get to 100k? I don't know. We'll have a good old time, won't we? Gungshi, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Gungshi. How you doing? He says, like the video for Pig. Yes, indeed. Thank you for that, Gungshi. If you're just getting in, hit the likes on it. Give us a massive like. We're on 185. Nice one. Keep hitting the like. Keep hitting the subscribe button. Get yourself subscribed to the channel in the chat. Right, I'm going to move on from this, guys. So, yeah, we could get back into this in the Q&A in a little bit if you want. But for now, we're going to move on. So there are reports on Mbuemo here. No, sorry, that's the wrong one. From Marco Alcaraz tonight, just saying, you know, and obviously, you know, I mean, we're sick of talking about this, to be honest. Breaking, Man United and Brentford have scheduled final round of negotiations next week as regarding the transfer of Brian Mbuemo. The upcoming talks are understood to be the decisive stage between clubs. Man United will offer a total package worth just under £65 million. So as we were saying earlier on, you know, reports coming out of 63 million, maybe with some add-ons. So that's expected to be the figure. And then the final round of negotiations. Look, I guess what's going to be happening is this deal's probably going to get done 1st of July for the new financial year. And so for the next 7-8 days, yeah, they're going to be freshening out the deal a little bit. And maybe they will have a full-on meeting round of negotiations to finalise it. So, yeah, it's all positive, though, on the Mbuemo front. I mean, it's annoying. that it's taken so long, but I think it's down to the PSR and finances and stuff pretty much is the reason, and obviously waiting until July 1st. That's the only logical way I can imagine this to be. And Brentford obviously tried to get as much as they can and prepared to wait it out. But at the moment, there's expected to be a final round of negotiations between these two clubs for Bryan Mbuemo. So hopefully it gets done. Hopefully still nobody else comes in for him. The longer the door is open, the more likelihood that there is that somebody does come in and have a cheeky little stab at him as well. So hopefully it doesn't happen. But anyway, £63 million-ish. Bryan Mbuemo to Manchester United is looking good. It still has, I guess a potential to not happen, but it's really close. It's really close. It's getting closer, guys. It's getting closer. I can't really be asked to talk about that. You know what we're going to talk about, though? We are going to talk about this, which we're going to be talking about some players going now, obviously. So, like, Garnacho needs to go, obviously. But this is from Florian Plettenberg shortly before the stream. He says, breaking, FC Bayern have not given up on Nico Williams and have submitted a new offer over the past 48 hours. Bayern are offering a net salary of €12 million also. This is via L'Equipe. Again, take it with a massive pinch of salt. I think Nico Williams is going to Barca. But he says the new offer was part of Bayern's plan as revealed on Friday. Bayern hope that Barcelona will fail to finalise the deal due to financial or registration issues. However, Williams is currently not holding any personal talks with Bayern. He is waiting for an agreement between Barca and Bilbao. Yeah, so I personally don't think, right, that he is going to Bayern. I think he is going to end up going to Barcelona. But the reason I'm even talking about this is because, look, Rashford's been twerking for Barcelona, and if Nico Williams ends up going to Bayern, say, then that just really increases the chances that Rashford's going to Barca. Whereas if Nico Williams does sign for Barca, you can almost guarantee Rashford's not going to Barca. So it's it has a bit of an impact what happens with Nico Williams there, actually, whether he ends up going to Barca or Bayern. Where do you think he's going to end up signing, guys? But for me, I do think the Barca deal seems nailed on at the moment, you know what I mean? It does seem nailed on. And obviously Barcelona, if they're signing a player like Nico Williams, they're not going to be signing a player like Rashford as well. Just can't really imagine, why that would be the case. For my short video on my United top, it's so funny. Maybe, mate, but, sounds like you're just stealing my content, pal. Maybe, mate, but, message me about it on Insta or Twitter, lad. You know what I'm saying? If it's for, like, a clip or something, yeah, fine. But if you're just banging it on there raw as it is, looking to get views, hell no. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, I know what you mean, Piggo. It was just the way you said it. Oh, okay, I've got a way with words around here, lad. Absolutely. Cake Net says if I was a rival manager, I'd look at Garnacho and think, nah, that kid's more trouble than he's worth. Definitely, lad. Rashford's as welcome as Starmer at United these days. Yeah, Rashford will end up at Newcastle or Spurs. Barcelona want Nico and Rashford. I mean, at the moment, they may be playing both sides, yeah. But I can't imagine they're going to get both of them. That would be crazy, wouldn't it? They're going to be spending all that money on Williams to play on the left wing, right, essentially. And then what's Rashford going to be doing? Rashford's going to be playing number 9 for them. It just doesn't add up. It just doesn't add up. Surely if you want a number 9, there's a lot better options out there than Rashford. Rashford is best on the wing, in my opinion. So he is. Apparently, there's still talks going on. We obviously heard some quotes from Rashford. He did a little interview yesterday or whatever, and said that he would love to play with Lamine Yamal and all this stuff and blah blah blah. And he's out there in Spain training. He's twerking hard for Barcelona, lad, definitely. But I'm just saying, if they do sign Nico Williams, unless there's some more outgoings, so, some people are saying Ferran Torres or whoever, unless there's more outgoings for them, I just can't imagine where they would, a reality where they sign both of those guys. So they're two sort of similar in that sense. Rashford, Barcelona, laughed my arse off. I mean, we talked about it earlier, didn't we? I don't really think, I don't really think, like Rashford is the sort of player that wants to play for anything other than one of these top clubs. So he wants a Barca or a Bayern or a Real Madrid or someone like that. It seems like it to me. Yeah. But as we discussed, his price tag and his wages are very off-putting for potential, clubs to come in and get him, especially when they're doing other deals and looking for other players. It's, it's a lot of money, the Rashford deal. It's not just the amount. Yeah, Doggy G. Well, fair enough. Well, if he ended up going on loan over there, perhaps with an option to, or even an obligation to buy in a year's time, that can maybe work. Maybe they could get them guys in there as well. But as we just heard, I mean, there is worries or Bayern hoping that Barcelona might struggle to finalise the deal due to financial registration issues. Doesn't sound that promising that they'll have a massive window and sign both the likes of Nico Williams and Rashford. So I think it's one or the other myself. And if I was them, it would be Nico Williams all day. Maybe Rashford would be going on holidays with Yamal. That's about it. We should sign Sesko and cheaper than Gyökeres. He doesn't seem to be cheaper than Gyökeres, though. At the moment, they're holding out for like 80 to 100 million euros, aren't they? It will cost us in the long run, but I hope Barcelona snub Rashford. Oh, I hope he goes there, to be fair. Barcelona reportedly do want Rashford, but I hope he goes there, to be fair, because then he's out of our hands. He's not the problem for us anymore. He's on big money, remember, and he doesn't add that value into the club anymore. Rashford to Inter Milan. See, something like that would be a great move for him. Napoli, if they were interested. But again, there's reasons why teams like Napoli would prefer looking at cheaper options. Like even Sancho, signing him for next to nothing and paying big wages to him. Makes more sense than paying massive wages to Rashford and paying huge money up front. I mean, obviously, Rashford's a better player than Sancho and does more. But still, if you're looking for a cheaper deal, if you can't afford the Rashford deal, you're going to be looking at other players who are cheaper. Rashford wants a new challenge going to Wrexham next season. Oh, what's next? Rashford posts on IG him wearing a Wrexham shirt stood next to Ryan Reynolds, mate. And he's changed the spelling of his name to start with a W. You know, I mean, maybe Mark Coughlin. Rashford to Spurs. Oh, cheeky Son Heung-min swap. Go on, then. Don't mind if we do. Cheeky little Son Heung-min swap. Go on. Piggy, you got that wrong. Rashford is best on the left in his last year of a contract. What do you mean, bud? Rashford's contracted for another few seasons, isn't he? Rashford best on the left. I think he's definitely best on the left anyway. This is what I'm saying. Like, if you're Barca, why would you sign him and Nico Williams? It makes very little sense. Hello, Owen Offset, getting in here from Malta, lad. Really appreciate you joining us from Malta. Let's go, the Maltese Falcon in here. Yes. Rashford putting a baby reindeer on Barca. He is. Peter Odemwingie vibes, mate. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang vibes. Going to knock on their Camp Nou, lad. You know what I mean? Rashford needs to wake up. He's no Beckford. You wonder if Bayern don't get Williams, they would be interested in Rashford instead. I think they will. Oh, Bayern. Oh, yeah. That's a great shout. I mean, that's a possibility also. I mean, I'm sure Rashford would love that. Rashford would absolutely love a cheeky little move to Bayern, wouldn't he? Put right up his alley. Win trophies, you know, play with Slabby Kane. Oh, he'd absolutely love that, I'm sure. Yeah, Garnacho was a bit rash doing that. You're not wrong. Rashford can play off the bench in my Sunday League team. Swap Rashford plus money for Anthony Gordon. I can. Shout out to Michelle Riley. Absolutely, I can. Big ups. Are we going to sell any players? Probably at the start of July. I think clubs are reluctant to buy at the moment, and they also are thinking about the whole PSR financial situation. I think this PSR thing's actually slowed everything down to a guff snail's pace, hasn't it? It's only the clubs that have been really successful that have a lot of money right now that can really do the business, you know, or teams that haven't spent a lot over the last couple of seasons. But really, the date for this update should be like 2 weeks ago, as soon as, you know, the window's back open again, because it does kind of slow everything down. Teams are blatantly waiting until the start of the new financial year to make these offers and make these deals and sell players as well. Okay, so Nico Williams, possible that he is going to Bayern or Barca, but more likely Barca at this stage. I can't imagine that if he does go to Barca, that Barca will also sign Rashford. But you never know. But for the other aspect that Gav's highlights just mentioned, it's quite interesting. Maybe Bayern would have an interest in Rashford if they couldn't get Nico Williams. There's also new talks in regards to a Mainu deal. This was from 4 hours ago. Again, Marco Alcaraz reporting that Manchester United is working to sign Kobbie Mainu to a long-term contract with manager Ruben Amorim on board with the club's plans. And of course, we've got to try and get Kobbie Mainu signed up to a new deal. He's got a great potential. He wasn't exactly amazing in the last season. The season before, incredible. For England in the World Cup as well, incredible. And he's got so much potential and he's so young. And I really, really like him. So we should absolutely get him signed up to a long-term deal. So hopefully this happens and this gets sorted out soon, because it would be gash to think of losing this player soon on the cheap. You know, we've got to get him signed up to a new deal. But again, we don't want to get bent over, guys. He's still a kid, and he is a good player, and he does have big potential. But we can't just give players, like, if he wants, like, you know, I don't know, 200k a week or something. It's just ridiculous. We have to play more like, you know, it's got to be sensible, this contract. He's still a kid who hasn't proved all that much yet. So depending on how the talks go, You know, we may be signing him up to a new contract, but I just hope we don't get bent over. Yeah, not worth 200k. He's not. He's definitely not. What do you think he's worth, guys, in terms of wages? Remember, you can't keep giving these players too much too soon. And he's also not a Yamal-type player who's just, like, generational. Mainu is fantastic and could be amazing, but he also could flop off in a few years' time. You just really never know. So it's too much to give these players money that, you know, makes them unsaleable. What if he was to have a shite couple of years? You know, then he's pretty much unsaleable. 120k sensible, 80k, 50k, 110k. I think you guys are right, the low hundreds, really. You know, you've obviously got to give him enough to make him happy and stay, and not want to go and get a big money move somewhere else on a free transfer at the end of his contract. So you do have to pay him reasonably well, but I think you have to be sensible, and you've got to basically make it known that, you know, this is going to be renegotiated in a couple of years' time, once you've actually done more for us, once he's established himself as a true Manchester United player, and he's good enough to play regularly. That's when you're going to get the big contract. Right now, you're still a youngster. 40k, 70 to 90, 100k a week, 120, 90 at most, 250, 75. Less than Bruno. Oh, everybody's going to be less than Bruno if Rashford and Sancho go. Although still Casemiro's here. If Rashford and Sancho earn 300k, then Mainu is half. Yep, fair play, lad. I'd say half at most. Probably a little bit less than that. Low hundreds for what? Low 100,000s, I mean. For Mainu's wages per week. You know, 80 to 90 at most. What's he at right now? Do we know? I'm not 100% sure, but it's not very much, mate, because he's still on a pretty meager contract, because obviously he's only just really established himself last couple of seasons. But for him, I think, you know, he's not on a lot, mate. I don't have the number off the top of my head, but it's certainly a lot less than all these numbers we're talking about right here. 120M bonuses. Any player who wants to leave should go. Pig, I was right all along. Man United are not looking for a number one goalkeeper, only a number two if Paynder leaves. Tells me Onana are staying. Ray, where are you getting this absolute bullshit comment from, Ray? I mean, what are you talking about? In what world are you living in, lad? We haven't signed a number two. We're not going for number two. What the hell does that mean? Why would we look for another number two when we've already got Heaton and we've already got Paynder? That's bizarre, lad. We're looking at number one to replace Flobberhand Onana, Ray, lad. Blatantly. It's a blatant clue, Ray. You know? Yeah, there you go. Mainu's camp made it clear that the wages isn't a demand coming from them. It's media manipulation. In my opinion, it's a positional dispute between him and the manager. He was an attacking player in youth. Hey, fair play, MB. Well, we've already talked about that. He can do sort of like a sitting role for us, but he can also do probably the role at 10 for us as well. He is young, you know. He can obviously come in and play that position for us. So maybe he'll be more of a utility player for us this season, playing different positions, but he can certainly play some attacking roles. Towards the end of last season, you saw Amorim use him further up the pitch. Yeah, that sounds about right, Manny Melos, 60-ish. Yeah, that sounds about right to me. The thing with Mainu, he doesn't have a set position at United. He doesn't really fit Amorim's system. I don't know. He might be a bench warmer, but I think, you know, you've got to say he can. We need squad depth, and he can play at least a couple of positions for us. Anyone under 25 should only be 25k at United. I mean, in an ideal world, but also, it's not necessarily just about the age, it's also just about how good you are. Like, if you were one of the best players in the world, but you're only 21, you know, like a Cristiano Ronaldo type, you're going to have to get paid handsomely. That's just how it is. But I hear you to a degree. You'd love to see Garnacho in the same dressing room with Keane, Cantona, Vinnie Jones, for example. Oh, mate, he'd be shit in a brick, wouldn't he? Looking at the table, for next season, we're 14th with no points. Oh, horrible. He didn't have a great season and he's a bit injury prone. Swap Rashford for Diamonde. Right, you know what? I'm just going to get into a couple of other little links we've got very quickly. I'll just touch on them. Obviously, they're kind of speculative stuff at the moment, but I will just touch on them. Big ups to Owen Offset, by the way, for subscribing here. So, also, forgot to mention this about Paul Pogba. Looks like he's going to AS Monaco. It's very close. Fab reporting AS Monaco closing in on a deal to sign Pogba as a free agent. Here we go. Here we go soon, sorry. Final details being sorted, then deal done for French midfielder back in action after long ban. 2-year contract ready. Good luck to him, you know, good luck to him. You're shite for us. But that's a good move for him, isn't it? If he could get on at Monaco, it's a great move for him, really. So there you go. After that whole drugs ban and suspension and everything, Paul probably getting back into it. There you go, ex-United player. Definitely not ex-United legend, definitely not. Also, there's just a link here with Liverpool. I would hate to think this could happen as well, which it looks like it might. This is a report from Valentin Fernand, just says internal consensus at Crystal Palace is the club might have to accept a £45 million bid for Mark Gahey. Palace no longer expects to pass the £60 million mark as previously stated due to his contract situation. Liverpool near verbal agreement on personal terms as told. I mean, they're just signing everyone, aren't they? Gahey would be a great addition to Manchester United's backline. Don't you reckon, guys? Smash a 1 in the chat if you would have Mark Gahey. Smash a 2 if you're not interested in him. But for me, he would be an excellent addition because we just lost Lindelof and Evans, and we've got injury-prone Melts at the back there, and he's a good, solid, good quality player. You know, England international is going to be for a long time. Like, I think that's the sort of signing that if we were 15 years back in the past, that's who we'd pick up. We'd probably pick him up this summer as a centre-back option. There you go. 1, 1, 2, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1. I mean, it's obviously not a massively important position for us to strengthen compared to others. The striker and the goalkeeper, you know, there's obviously a lot more key positions to strengthen, but I wouldn't say no to a cheeky bit of Mark Gahey action. Basically, just would you have Mark Gahey was all it was. Yeah, wait a year and he's a free transfer. Dele Alli about to put pen to toilet paper United. Oh my God. Liverpool having a window and a half. They are, aren't they? Gavster, thank you so much. Yes, we are doing a live stream on Flying Pig Gaming straight after this one, you legend. Big ups to you, Gavster. Really appreciate that, mate. Did you see my response, by the way, on Discord? Yeah. Anyway, we're getting Mark Gahey. Palace are getting that dude from Sporting so that we can get Gahey. I mean, it does have potential that can happen. Gahey would be good, but doesn't matter for us at the moment. We need a goalkeeper before that. True, but we might be a little bit stretched in that area if we don't get a centre-back, because there's some injury-prone melters in our team there at the back. Let's just hope that people like Martinez and De Ligt and those guys can stay fit, Yoro, you know. Anyway, also, right, there is a couple of links to other players up top there, and I'm just going to touch on this before we get into the chat for a few minutes, because, again, it's all speculative. And Man United, let's face it, we have a number 9 striker shortlist longer than my arm, and I wish it was as long as someone else as well. You know, so we've got a long list of players, right, who could come in at number 9. So I'm just going to touch on these. But there is a Kolo Muani link. You know, Kolo Muani, this is from L'Equipe, again, probably just speculative guff, but apparently United and Chelsea eyeing Randall Kolo Muani. You know, I wouldn't be opposed to it. I rate him. He's a good player. This link intrigues me a bit, though. The Moise Kean link. Man United re-entered the race for Fiorentina forward Moise Kean. You know, his record's very impressive. He looks, you know, good sort of age for us, good sort of signing for us, probably would be good for the right price. Again, you know, there's such a long list of strikers. There's Gyökeres, there's Osimhen, there's Mateta, there's Visser. You know, there's even players like, who else? Ivan Toney being mentioned and people like that. But, you know, these are just another couple of players to add to it. But yeah, take Keane. I rate Keane. Out of those 2 links, though, we've got 2 links for you there, guys. Kolo Muani or Keane. I like both of them, actually. You know, they're both good players, but I just think Moise Keane's got a better record and probably has a bit more, you know, bit more goals in him at this stage in the Premier League as well. So maybe you could get him in there. But again, like you say, everyone lies. You know, there's one thing doing it in the Italian league compared to the Premier. It's a totally different scenario, isn't it? Like, let's face it. If Højlund went over to Italy and was given the chances, he'd probably bang loads of goals. So, yeah, you've got better strikers. So I think, you know, you've just said it, really. You know, a couple of good options there. They are good options. They are good options. But again, the best options for Man United, I still believe, are actually within the Premier League. There's 2 players there, Visser or Mateta. Take your pick, really. I really like the Visser link. I do. I know he's getting on a bit, but we just need somebody to bang goals for a couple of seasons. Yeah, Muani, not sure would be much of an upgrade. I think it would be an upgrade on Højlund, but that's not very hard, is it? Keane only good as a second striker, as a history buff. Maguire needs to go, never forget. Even Robbie Savage would look good in this team. Oh, you're probably not wrong, mate. You show good guile and, you know, leadership, mate, definitely. Matty, how you doing? Tommy Boy, way up, sausage, hope you're well. Yes, not too bad, all the better for seeing you, dear. What's going on there, Tommy? Thanks for joining us. I'm just going to get into the live chat now then, guys, because that's pretty much all we've got there, really. Obviously, the big news is about the sort of, I guess, the Mbuemo update in regards to scheduled final round of negotiations next week via Marco Alcaraz. But, you know, again, we've gone on here earlier on today and spoke about the fact it's probably not getting done to the 1st of July. So that's what we're working on. Nico Williams to Barca and possibly Bayern trying to pinch him could mean that there's movement for Rashford going to either or. And then Garnacho wearing this Villa shirt. Oh, what a shithouse. We've gone over that as well. So let's get stuck into the live chat now and see what you legends are saying. Thank you so much to all of you for joining us, legends in the channel. Make sure you hit the likes, all that jazz. Repost us on X. I'm just going to go over there and shout out everyone who's reposted us, actually. Thank you to all the sharers there. We've had 6 reposts. Big up the legends for sharing it around on X. We've had a repost from the Butcher of Manchester, Larry Hasser, United Flying High, Sanjay Ramatar, Kieran, and Aaron Homeyard. Thank you so much, legends, for sharing it. While I'm on X, let me just look, see if there's any new updates here. Fab says, Al Halal pushing for Theo Hernandez deal to happen as soon as possible. Nothing to do with us, nothing to do with us. No, nothing to do with us there then. Okay, let's get stuck into the live chat. Big up the live chat legends. Thank you so much for joining us all. We've got 396 legends in here, nearly 250 likes. If you're just getting in, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. We're on our way to 91,000 subscribers. We're only 75 people away, around about that. So give us a subscribe if you're new and get in the chat there. Let's see what you guys are saying then. Right, let's have a look at what you guys are saying. Morgan Rogers scratching his butt. I know, it's crazy. Well, that's what you get when you're, when you're a Villa scummer lad. Pigmate, surely Garnacho won't be acceptable in the changing room? No, definitely not. He won't be coming back. He won't be going on tour now, mate. Same with Rashford. Surely Rashford and Garnacho, they're not going on the summer tour with us, mate. That's it. They're done. They're cast aside, mate. Thrown away like yesterday's used tea bag. Has to happen. There you go, the old Mbuemo Vissa partnership. They already know each other. They already work hard. They already play with each other, mate. Exactly, they know. That's why it's a shrewd move. Yes, Brentford would have to be compensated quite a lot for an ageing player. But maybe you could just give him somebody else, to replace. What's that? You want Gashmus Boyden, do you? Yes, also Pig a decent defend. No, with the Chelsea clip, Mrs. P wanted out. Is it also Pig a defend? No. I don't know what that means, Gavs. Gives me a message on Discord, lad. Whisker scored 19 last season in Premier League. No-brainer, surely Pig. Precisely. And he had that combination there with Mbuemo as well. Absolutely. Collier should get more minutes. And he will. He was out injured for a bit while towards the end of last season. United for Life says sell Menu. Wow. Interesting. Could generate cash for him. Maybe there's not going to be that many opportunities for him this season, but surely we've got to try and keep this man. We need another CM, says Norwegian United. Yeah, potentially, true as well. Depends on how well Bruno does and how, Mount's going to be utilised and all this sort of thing. We still got Ugarte, Casemiro, Collier, Menu. These guys, depends how they all get on, but yeah, it wouldn't hurt. Yeah, swap with Garnacho. That would be brilliant, wouldn't it? That would be absolutely brilliant. I would say absolutely, mate. Manchester will bring on the players at Old Trafford, old players. I think we're signing 25-year-olds at the moment. That seems to be what we're going for. We're not going for any players who are too young or any players who are too old. I know I just mentioned Vissa, but I'm just saying, generally, I don't think we're going for too old or too young. We're going for just right. We're going for the Goldilocks zone. You reckon Rashford's going to Juventus? Interesting, lad. That'd be a great move for him as well. Garnacho, a waste of space. He's not as talented as people think. No, absolutely good call. Yeah, he's not as good as he thinks. He is a very good player, very talented young player. But I think he thinks he's like the second coming of CR7, and he's just not, is he? Disgraceful action by Garnacho. You're a United player, not Villa. You won't be welcome back after pulling this stunt. Exactly. Ineos said they will sell any player if they have to. Manu could be one of them. Well, I suppose. At the end of the day, if there's a big offer comes in, we'll absolutely think about it. Now, same with the Bruno deal. Amorim was understood to have wanted to keep Bruno and has told him to stay. But the money was too good to turn down. We would have accepted the offer. We would have sold him if Bruno wanted to go ultimately. So everyone has their price. Put the picture down, please. Oh, yeah, shit, yeah. Let's get that picture off there. Nice one, mate. So much discontent from these young players. Garnacho, Rashford, Sancho, Anthony worries me. There's more to it than just being melts. They don't want to wear the shirt anymore, but why wouldn't you? I honestly don't know. I think it's just individual gash attitudes, because there are some players who show really good, really good mentalities for, I was going to say for our club, but for other clubs. Really, we haven't got that many of them. But there is some fantastic, hard-working young players, So I just think we've got a bad batch. Hear me out. How about Nico Jackson? He actually scored for Chelsea. Honestly, I've always thought of him as a proper headless chicken lad. I don't rate him myself personally. I just don't. I don't like it. Not clinical enough. But obviously better than what we've got now. But that's not hard. Better than Højlund. You still think Gyökeres will end up at United? We definitely take that. Yeah, Piggy. What would be considered acceptable for 25-26 season? Top 7. If we're signing the players we're supposed to sign, top 7, Mount getting sold. Oh, hopefully we can do like a double deal with Villa. getting rid of Mount and Garnacho and bringing in Martinez and Ollie Watkins or something, or even Rodgers, like we said there. You never know. Mainu has a lot to bring to the team. Selling him will be a regret for us in the future. Totally agree, man. Talking about a youngster, a prodigy, getting into England's team last summer and stuff. You know, that's not to be ignored. He's a great young talent. Yes, what happened with Paulino? Well, he is being talked about still. There are expectations that, you know, he's going to be maybe looking to move away this summer. Man United are apparently interested in a loan move, but only really a loan capacity at this stage, you know, because of the finance issues we've got. Yep, you've never seen a Ferrari start with that sort of key. What a prick, though, says the KK. Yes, Mainu Garnacho sales give United 100 million plus. That alone's enough for a new midfielder and goalkeeper. Why are we bringing Mainu into this, though? Like, why? We don't have to sell Mainu. Mainu's a good player. As far as I'm aware, I haven't seen Mainu posting pictures of him wearing rival shirts online. You know? He just wants a decent contract. And, of course, if you're a young player with an agent or whatever, they're going to try and get you the best contract. It's not really their fault, is it? It's just the game. Don't hate the player, hate the game. You know? But as far as a player goes, I like him. I really rate him. He's young. He's got a big future. So I'll definitely keep Mainu. It's the proven shite players we need to get rid of. The proven shite. Martinez, Garnacho swap deal. Matty Braga, nothing more at goalkeeper. Just reports that, you know, Monaco probably aren't going to go for Onana. And also we are linked to, you know, actually we're linked to Lunin now as well. You know, Lunin. So he's a good keeper. He's a good option. You know, at the end of the day, we just need somebody to replace Onana, whether it's someone like Lunin, you know, a bit less experienced, or whether it's someone more experienced like Martinez, or whether it's somebody from, you know, somewhere in between like Diogo Costa. We need a good keeper. I thought he was 30, Elliot. Is Visser only still 28? Well, that's banging then. You know what I mean? That's not an issue at all then, is it? Visser. Yeah, you're right. He's 28, mate. I don't know where I got that from. I thought he was 30, 31. There you go then. Oh, well, there you go. That's not even that bad, is it? So 28's just like prime. That's what we want, mate. That's absolutely what we want. Great shout. And Mbuemo not yet signed. No, he hasn't, unfortunately, lad. Oh, look at this. Gav's put a link to my gaming stream. Yes, we're starting that in a few minutes' time over on the gaming channel. Hey, can you do us a massive favour, actually, everyone? If you're not subscribed to Flying Pig Gaming on YouTube, can you subscribe? Because we're 11 people away from 7,000 over there. And I'm trying to grow the gaming channel. We do FC25 streams, other streams. Go and check it out. I'll pin it to the top of the chat there. Nice one, Gavster. Appreciate you, my son. There it is right there. Check it out. Linked at the top of the live chat there. Flying Pig Gaming. What do I think about a Garnacho Martinez swap deal? Yes, they'd have to give us money as well, though, wouldn't they? We're valuing Martinez about, what, 25, 30 million? And we've got to be realistic and say if we were selling Garnacho to a rival Prem club, he'd be at least 50 million, maybe 60. So, you know, we have to be in keeping with other signings that are going on, other transfers that are going on in the league. You know, if Wirtz is going to Liverpool for 117 million, you know, Garnacho's got a good value to him, so we can't just give him away. But certainly if they were to give us, you know, 25, 30 million as well as Martinez, then we could do a deal. Mainu is elite. Well, he certainly can be. Certainly can be. Yep, Xerxes could do really well this season. Lunin's a top keeper, says Elliot. Yep, Lunin would be a decent option, absolutely. Players you need off the wage bill, Shaw, Gashi, Anthony Casemiro, Sancho, yep, Rashford as well. You know, lots more too, to be fair. Onana, Mount even. You would force Schmeichel out of retirement than to suffer another season with flubber hands. Well said, well said. Yep, History Buster's main problems United is selling players or letting them go that didn't have much value. Pogba had a big value and he went for free twice. I know, that's unbelievable, isn't it? It is because of the ridiculous wages we give them. It makes them almost impossible to sell. They just run out their contract because it's not worth them going elsewhere because they won't get as good money elsewhere. And then they're going to get a bigger deal and a team's going to get a better deal signing them at the end of the contract for free. I know, Sully, they are cash owners, aren't they? We do have one of the worst owners in English football, I think so. Rejected 150 million for Bruno for him to finish 8th next season instead of investing in young players. Thing is, it wasn't 150 million though, was it? There were reports between 80 and 100. You know, and also Man United would have sold him if it wasn't really for Bruno not wanting to go. You can't make him go, can you? He was offered like 4 times the amount of money over there, you know, after tax. So if he stayed for 2 years, he wouldn't get taxed, and he would have ended up with at least 4 times more money than at United, maybe even a lot more than that, with bonuses and all that sort of stuff. So, you know, fair play to him. He's just stayed because he wants to play in a top European league for a top team, and obviously Man United's not there at the moment, but we have the potential to do so, and obviously it's better for him as well as a Portugal midfielder to be involved rather than playing in Saudi, isn't it? I know Cristiano Ronaldo plays in Saudi, whatever. Couple of others, but still, Villa's such a downgrade from United. Swap Rashford for Brentwaite. Yeah, fairs. Interesting. What about the strikers? Now nothing happening there. No, nothing happening at the moment, mate. Obviously, we're still in talks, aren't we? There's going to be a flurry start of July. The shortlist is long. Take your pick. Gyökeres, Osimhen, Vissa, Mateta, whoever. You know, there's nothing happening at the moment, Roger. I think the reason for that is pretty much, Power, is that we are trying to get Mbuemo done. That's going to take up all the money, obviously, right at the start of the window with the Mateus Cunha deal. That's 125, 130 million pounds allocated for those two players right there. That's all the transfers, Kitty, unless we sell. So once we sold, the likes of Garnacho got 50 million for him. Højlund got 30 mil back for him. Anthony got 30 mil back for him. Once that's happened, then you'll start to see us really try and get some more players. And actually, we won't even necessarily have to wait to sell these players. We just will sell these players either at a later date and get that money back. Cunha's going to be awesome. I can't wait to see him in the United shirt. I think he is going to be really good. Got a bit of bottle about him, doesn't he, lad? You just don't understand why your fan base just keeps putting up with these terrible ownerships. Well, we don't, Sully. What are we supposed to do, mate? You know, that's the thing. There's been protests. They've shut games down. People don't buy the merch. You know, everybody's saying Glazers out, Glazers out. But the reality is they own the football club legally, and they do it from an ivory tower in a different country most of the time. That's it. Like, it's a shit show, but that's how it is. Legally, they shouldn't have been allowed to buy the club, but they own it. So what can we do? You can't really... I guess you could make it horrendous and make it so every single game doesn't take place. But then the actual football and the fans suffer the most, and and the team. We don't hate the team. We hate the owners. We hate the shithouse owners. Strand Larsen can only get better. Yep, good shout. If Bruno went, we'd be getting relegated. Yeah, I think so too. You don't think Jackson's better than Rasmus? Last season wasn't a good one for us. I mean, his record's better than Rasmus, but that's not very hard, is it? Yeah, new bid tomorrow, 68.2 million Brentford, Brighton, Mbuemo. Ara Kadari, 6'6" striker playing in Belgium, could be worth a punt. Oh, yeah, I saw that link. That's the Genk striker, yeah. This club did everything to entice Bruno to go. They went out and immediately replaced him with two cams. Bruno came back the next morning after Mbuemo chose United. This is Murto Arnold. Hey, fair play. Fair play. I mean, from their situation, they probably did want the money. Could United get relegated? Nah, I don't think so, mate. Nah. Great camper fan, mate. Shows from Wetherspoons Wash in the town centre. You what, Robert? Will you do a predicted lineup? Hey, Mercato, what's going on? I should do. That's a great idea for a video, mate. Yeah, that's a great idea. I'll do that, lad. Even if I ask Berbatov... How you been anyway, Mercato, you legend? Berbatov out of retirement would be brilliant. Think we're only going to be slightly out of the shit this season. It's going to be a long time. I think we could have a much better season. If we sign good players and get a bit of confidence going and start to win games, we can have a good season. Equally, though, it might be a bit gash. Why are we talking so much transfer shit? Players need to man the fuck up, train hard, be the fittest team in the league, gross and bottom, and need to walk on the pitch like they have 12 inches. Go on, rural sheepdog, lad, you tell them. Sit-ins, yes, sit-ins, that sort of thing. Keeping Bruno's better than keeping Garnacho or even Mane. Bruno know how good for the team. Yeah, who's going to be our captain without Bruno? That's what, people say De Ligt. He might even be injured after the season at the moment. Bruno's a proper passion merchant, proper leader. I'm glad we're keeping Bruno. There you go. Saudi bid for the club would be too tempting. 60 plus 5. There will be a here we go in my dreams. Yeah, I agree with you, Nomad. That's probably the amount. You believe Ronaldo might have advised Bruno to remain at United. Interesting. I heard we were going to sign Kolo Muani. Yeah, we were talking about that earlier. There is a link with Muani. There's also a link with Moise Kean. I personally don't think they're that realistic. I think the most realistic are, the Premier League players and probably Gyökeres. But let's see what happens. Anyway, guys, I've just realised the time. It's 11:02. We're going to have to go over to my gaming channel now and do a gaming stream because I've got loads of people waiting over there as well. But legendary stream, great chat as always. Please do us a favour and smash that like button on this stream. Help us get to 300 likes. We're nearly there. Also, subscribe to this channel. We're on here every lunchtime, around about 12:30, 1 p.m, discussing the days and mornings United news, transfer news goings on. And we're also on here around about 10 p.m, 9:45ish, discussing all the latest evenings Man United transfer news. And then if there is anything big or anything in between, we jump on. So that's really the situation. We're not going to just pump out guff clickbait videos about made up stuff. But we'll do a minimum of 2 shows a day, whatever the news. And then if there is any big updates in between, you can rest assured that it's a meaningful one. So keep yourself subscribed, kick that bell icon for notifications, and get in there raw. Thank you, History Buff. Nice one. Ashley, Jonathan, Gray, Gungshi, your legend as well. Thank you, Don. Let's Be Avenue. Thank you for the pokey gifts as always, Gungshi. Appreciate you, lad. Finn Germiers says, you lot should buy Hugo Lloris. Hey, you know what? Love a bit of Hugo Lloris. What a keeper, lad. I mean, I know he's past his best now, probably, but he's still a lot better than Onana. Let's face it, Lloris for Spurs was immense, and for France. Lloris has been a great keeper over the last, 10, 15 years. That's absolutely true. Fair play to you, lad. Anyway, thank you, guys. Hey, everyone, here's the link to the stream. Come over and join us. We'll be over there. Give me like 3 minutes to change it all over and stuff, and we'll be coming on the gaming channel. It might be a slightly long intro where I'm changing out over and getting a drink and all that sort of shit. So just give us a few minutes, and we'll be over there on the gaming channel. Links pinned to the top of the live chat. Shout out to all the mods. Shout out to all the members. Big up the super chatters like Finn. Thank you to the member gifters. Just thank you everyone. The members, I mean. Thank you all the members of the channel. BNG Darts, get in there. Good day from down under, you legend, as well. Getting in here at the end. We're just wrapping up, BNG, but great to see you, my friend. Legend. By the way, over here, guys, come and join us in literally 2 minutes. We're going over to my gaming channel and doing a gaming stream. Come and join us right now. Here's the link in the chat. And remember, you can follow us on Insta, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, Twitch, and Kick at Flying Pig United. Links are in the description of this video. Also, check out the website, flyingpigunited.com, and I'll be back in 2 minutes on Flying Pig Gaming. Go and subscribe to Flying Pig Gaming. We're like 10 people away from 7,000 subscribers. Come and help us out. Also, go smash a like on it. Right, I'll see you in a bit, guys. Thanks for the chat, as always. Have a great one. Oh, nice one, BG lad. Legends, have a great night, guys. And I'll catch you very shortly. And remember, Piggy loves you. And also remember, when the seagulls follow the trawler, this is because they think sardines will be thrown into the sea. Thank you very much. Get in there, you beauties. Thank you so much to all the patrons here for supporting the channel on patreon.com/flyingpigunited. As a thank you, all you legends will be appearing on this outro list. Get in there. Once again, thank you to all the YouTube members, but one of the best ways you can support the channel is on patreon.com, so check it out. Patreon.com/flyingpigunited. And once again, a big thank you to all the legends that do support the channel on Patreon. Get in there.